Y'all, my man's ex-wife took me to a fucking psych ward. Like a psych ER where you get evaluated and have to fucking stay. Alright, we need to back this up just a tad and I'll explain it to you guys. So pretty much I've been getting super dizzy and like almost passing out, then actually passed out while I was working or just at the house. So eventually I was like, you know what? I need to go to the fucking doctors. So I go to the doctors. Well, I went to urgent care and they were like, hey, you actually need to go to the hospital, but you can't drive. Do you want to take an ambulance? And I was like, no, I'm just going to call someone to come pick me up. So of course I called my fiance's ex-wife who had my son, and I was like, hey, I don't want to take an ambulance. Can you please come pick me up from urgent care and take me to the doctors? And she was like, yes, of course, getting in my car now. I'm coming to get your ass. She gets there and asks me which hospital I want to go to. And I was like, you know what? I'm not really from the area. I heard that the hospital around here sucks. Where do you think I should go? She's like, you know what? I know where I'm going to take you. I'm going to take you to this hospital. I said, all right, bet. She dropped me off at the front door. She said, I'll wait outside for you until I know that you're okay, and then I'll go ahead and go home. So they take all my vitals, they do an EKG, and then they say that they're not going to send me back out to the waiting room because they're too nervous for me to be out there. They're just going to sit me in a chair in the hallway because there's no beds. At this point, I thought I was going to have to, like, pick out my own casket because I was like, what in the fuck is going on with me? Some time passes, and they're like, okay, we need to get your blood. Well, I'm terrified of getting my blood taken, okay? So I had a nurse holding me because I was by myself. My fiance was working out of town. I moved my head, and this girl goes, don't bite me! I said, I wasn't going to bite you. I'm just trying to smell these alcohol pads so I don't pass out. This nurse literally looked at me, and she was like, I'm sorry, honey. I'm just so used to it because of where we work. I said, what do you mean? She said, baby, you're in a psych ER. When I tell you, I started cracking up laughing. I said, you know who brought me here? She said, who, honey? I said, my fiance's ex-wife. Both nurses that had me started dying laughing. They just thought it was the most funniest thing in the fucking world. So I texted Courtney and I said, did you know that you brought me to a psych ER? She said, yeah, normally they're faster and better than the normal hospital. Which, in retrospect, they were fucking amazing. But then I had some bitch tell me she was having a revelation and was yelling at me and, like, everybody else in the hospital. And it was an interesting time. They ended up telling me that I have vertigo and I just have to, like, do some follow-up shit. And they gave me some medication so that way I'm not dizzy as fuck all the time. But, yeah, that's a story about how my fiance's ex-wife took me to a psych ER and I made it out without being committed. So now everyone that says I'm a crazy bitch, you're fucking lying.